got my next ScrawlrBox on time this time. Oh, I think I missed some tape. And a little letter opener can fix. Alright. Ooh, you know, I just finished the last one because it came in late. And now I'm getting started on the next one. Ooh, we got a special sticker this month again. Exciting. So, open her on up. Ooh, I see a bunch of goodies. Another kid, yes. June, here we go. Alright, so we have the, open that up a little more. Get that back in there. Ooh, what's this? And this looks interesting and tasty. Okay, we got Staedtler, Rowney, Aquafine travel set. Get some more light going on. Get this open. Eventually. Okay. These are 12 half pans. And oh, they seem to have gotten stuck. That goes there. Goes here. Oh no, you don't have to unwrap them at least. But if you left yours in your mailbox for a while, this may happen. But it doesn't seem to be too hard to film on. Not too much getting stuck. That might be a little concerning that if I close this, it might stick. Just a wee bit. I'm noticing a lot of warm tones right off the bat. A little travel brush is all glittery. I might use a pencil extender on this just because it is really a tiny little travel brush. Okay, so it grips into there. Worried there for a second. Okay, so we got, let's see, lemon yellow, garbage hue, cardamom red hue, alizarian crimson hue, cobalt blue hue, ultramarine blue dark, hooker's green dark, yellow orchid, raw sienna, light red, burnt sienna, and Payne's gray. So yeah, definitely a lot more warm tones than there are cool tones, but hey. Got like 3 pans and like 2 reservoirs. But I'm not noticing like, I guess you have to like supply your own water. Because like usually the travel sets have like little sponges or something on the sides. This one requires water on the side, so like a little jar. Travel it with you. Add that to the little kit. Ooh, I've been wanting one of these. It is an Uni POSCA Ultra Fine Marker. POSCA pens are basically paint markers, and this one, I know I've seen a lot of artists using it lately. I've been wanting to try it, and ScrawlrBox gave me one. I gotta say, I'm excited about that. If I could ever get it to open. It's like, cut it somewhere. It'll work with me. Okay. It is fade proof and water resistant, permanent and bleed proof on paper and card. Oh my god. Okay. That got it off quicker than me trying to do anything else to it. Oh, look, it is so tiny. It is beautifully tiny. Just like, how do I get it to focus on how beautifully tiny this is? It's beautiful. So you gotta shake it and prep it just like usual, and it has a 0.7 millimeter. Ooh. Let's see what we got here. I think this, yep, on this side it's a Faber Faber Castell Polychromes pencils. We got, let's see, earth green, I believe. Earth green yellowish, and then we have this, I think that says Van Dyke Brown. There we go. Van Dyke Brown. It's hard to read because it's all shiny. Oh wait, I think one of my artists recommends these. I think these are expensive, but really good. So excited to try these if these are what I think they are. They're acid-free pigments, soft, vibrant color, oil-based. Oh yeah, these are the ones I'm thinking of. They're water-resistant and smudge-proof. Excited! I kind of just want a whole set of those though. And then we have a simple little Staedtler Noris erasable color pencil. Ooh. I think it's like an orange color. I don't really see a color name. I don't see a color name. Comes with its own little eraser. Okay. So that. Ooh, the feature artist is super cute this month. See, her name is Joana. Look her up. Info in the description. Definitely loving this art. I might frame this. I'm gonna frame this. I love it. It is a first that I want to frame the featured artist. I will admit that. Ooh, this feels nice and textured. Oh, I love it. It is the Langton Prestige Watercolor Paper, 300 GSM, 100% cotton. Ooh, exciting. A natural whiteness with a soft touch and distinct texture. It is acid-free with an alkali reserve to preserve finished pieces of work and protect against discoloration. Fancy. Got some fancy paper this month. Got some cool stuff to work with here. Get it all together so you can see all the goodness we have. And then this month's challenge is Summer Flourish. Exciting, exciting. That little corner, got the little POSCA pen. Alright! Super excited to start. Time to get to sketching. Hey everybody, and I'm back. So this was a lot of fun, just because I love watercolors. They're like my favorite medium, just because they're a little more low maintenance with cleanup, and there's so many layers you can do. It's really just the medium itself. I just love, like, a lot of the aspects of it are just like my favorite little bits of it. But anyways, so I swatched them all up. I play like the swatching a little faster than the rest of the video just because it's pretty long, and I just wanted to like try to cut what I could here and there, so you'll see a lot of like little jumps just from where it's moments where I paused or this or that, like hair dryer, or just anything that didn't really seem necessary. That wasn't me working on the piece, you know? Anyways, so a lot of warm tones, like I said, and then the blues, I think they're like really similar. Like, especially on the camera recording, you can barely tell the difference between the two, which is not a good thing at all. But anyways, definitely like the variety of browns, although the yellows were kind of similar. It's just like one was a little more intense and bright, which at least had more difference than the blues. You know, it wasn't as bad as the blues, but I definitely liked having all the different brown options. And then I did think the black was the only color I didn't use in any part of the painting later on. And The paper is definitely good. It's 100% cotton, and you can never really go wrong with 100% cotton paper. It's just, your preferences. Do you want cold press? Do you want hot press? Because that, gives you different texture, different difficulty level. And, great thing about cotton paper is that it absorbs and it takes all those layers and makes it a lot easier to just do washes, to do these gradient layers, because it's taking that water and it's holding on to it. Like, I definitely use my hair dryer to speed up the drying process a little here and there, just because it speeds up things a little. And definitely love the color pencils. They're so soft. I only used them for the line art here and some blush, and that was the erasable one. And that one's a little stiffer and doesn't really completely come apart, so especially with the eraser that it comes with, it just got all sorts of little bits and shavings everywhere, which I know I don't like. That's why I love kneaded erasers and just erasers in general that don't make so much of a mess. But if you definitely have to consider the color to be a part of it, because like a lot of color erasable pencils, you have to consider that that's going to be a part of the background, that it's going to be underneath everything. And yeah, when you're trying to do color schemes. And I went ahead and taped it down since I was going to be working with watercolors, and I always try to do my best to help the painting not buckle, because you can't get mad at it if you like dump a bunch of water on it and it starts to buckle. So I put some tape down, and I went ahead and did the sketch for the line art. That took me a minute just because her arms are weird, and hands. I know every artist says that, but hands. And the theme was summer flourish, so I wrote down everything that came to mind, and I had this image in my head of her with the bluebells. I was kind of feeling more melancholy than like bright and poppy. So my summer flourish kind of came off a little angsty, a little moody. But still, I think she came off pretty sweet in the end. And then I did the brown line art for her and the green line art for the plant, just to add that little difference into a little contrast. And so the only thing I would say about the color pencils, is that they're soft. So I had to like sharpen them frequently. You don't see it because I edited it all out to make the video a little shorter, but it's definitely probably better to use these not for really fine lines, just because if you need a lot of them and it's a major part of the piece, they're gonna need to be constantly sharpened. But I know they definitely work well with watercolors. It's definitely water resistant. It's, the fact that it's oil based really helps when you're trying to do mixed medium. So I definitely love these, and now I want a whole set because I just want to play with them more. I didn't really do with much in this painting with them. And I love to play with them a little bit more. And then tiny brush gradient on a large area, definitely not the most fun thing in the world. But I definitely loved how the paper held the water, took the water. I play with the gradient a lot, adding color, taking color, this and that. So I'm definitely glad that the paper could take it and handle it. And in the end, with the whole summer flourish thing, I thought of sunsets and flowers and fruit. So I kind of just incorporated it all together, and somehow I ended up with half a heart along the way. And I kind of like it because, to flourish means that you're growing, you're developing, and, we kind of start a little half ourselves. We kind of know who we are and we kind of don't. And that's what I really kind of like about this, is that there's still room to grow. You're still flourishing. And, dawn of a new day, all that sweet jazz, and it's definitely just a fun piece overall, and the gradient takes forever with the tiny brush. Only complaint, really. And definitely, like, I try to do like finer detail, but it's a not really a detail brush. It's just this tiny little round brush. So that's only the really like negative about a tiny brush, is the usual negatives with a tiny brush. You know, it only can do so much because it's so, you know, tiny. And then let's see. Yeah, I out of nowhere, just like, oh my gosh, I should do fireflies, because I kind of mess up on one of the bluebells, and then I somehow try to make fireflies, because I was like, oh, I kind of like that. Let me just do that a few more spots, and then I can, with the POSCA, kind of do like fireflies, or kind of like little blurred in stars. And yeah, it didn't really turn out right the first time around, you'll see, and I cut out a lot of me working on it to pick up the paint. After it's dried, it's definitely harder to pick up this paint. Like, I work the paper, and this is a great paper because like I work so hard to try to pick up the paint, but it didn't really, you know, start to, the paper didn't like start mealing up and picking up, like it was just the paint coming off. It wasn't really the paper coming up either. And I definitely love that because, you know, maybe it's just this paint that doesn't want to come off, or maybe it's the paper, like it really holds the pigment. But I definitely thought it was nice that I really could work it and it didn't hurt the paper overall. It just was kind of a part of it, which I definitely enjoyed. That's pretty much all I have to say about all this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope, you know, if you have any comments, leave them down below. I just have another fun time with a ScrawlrBox, and I hope to hear from you guys, and like, subscribe, all that jazz, whatever you feel like, and I'll see you soon. Bye! bye.